break down these numbers to really simplify this and show you these rates and how it just really kind of mathematically makes insane amounts of sense. What's going on, guys? Ross here again with the Degen project. And first of all, I just want to welcome you back to the channel. It truly means so much to me for all the people who've been watching the videos, new subscribers. This is literally my first week with the YouTube channel. So I truly want to say thank you so much for all the kind words and support that you guys have been showing me as I kind of launch this channel and start putting out some content for you guys. So for the video today, of course, we are back again with $1 million baby. Now, look, I know the very first video I talked about the objective of the Degen project to kind of really showcase some of these ridiculously high yield, what I consider kind of degenerate investing DeFi projects. With that being said, as I've been looking through this, I've just found a lot of really amazing projects that I want to talk about because I actually think they're incredible investment opportunities. I don't really think they're that degenerate, but because of that, I'm so hyped up about them that I really want to share them. Because again, I've, within a few weeks of going into this DeFi rabbit hole, I've gotten rugged, I've lost coins, I'm down on some of my initial investments because they're just stupid high yield investment programs that are just unsustainable. They're hyperinflationary. And so I will be getting into that. I will be putting some money into some projects. There's the Outback Finance. They're launching this week. And so I'm going to be putting in a little bit in there for the public pre-sale. So we'll definitely be tracking and recording that. But again, enough said about all the degenerate investing. Today, I want to go through $1 Million Baby because over the weekend, they actually released their new white paper. And so I wanted to spend some time going through some of the key updates with you guys and just kind of help break down a little bit more of the details on everything related to the program. So with that being said, let's dive into the white paper. I'm going to pull it up here. So I highly recommend you guys, take your own time, right? Make the investment in time, especially when you're investing into anything, but spend the time to read through the white paper and just get yourself a little bit more familiarized with everything they have. One thing I really wanted to touch on real quick is the KYC verification through the Obsidian Council. I didn't really touch on this on the last video, but I just want to break it down for you guys. So the Obsidian Council is really like the golden standard when it comes to the KYC verification, okay? So their process is extremely robust. Again, like I said, they're the golden standard of this. In order to actually get the verification from the Obsidian Council, there's a lot of stuff you have to do. For example, identity verification for the entire core team, right? Identity documents, face matches, proof of address, and so on. There's a lot of restrictions here to go through and actually get verified. After that, there's an actual interview, right? So it's like on-camera interview with the council to make sure that your project is legit and everything is good. So there's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot more details on their website. If you want to check that out, again, good part about your due diligence is understanding what are these verifications that people go through and how stringent are they to really make sure that you as an investor come at it with a lot more confidence and trust in the fact that, hey, these projects are legit. They've gone through the works. They've gone through what they need to do to really make sure that they're getting the verification and proving their worth to the community. So with that being said, let's continue onwards. So again, I highly recommend you guys read through this. They have a little bit more of like kind of a mission statement and really talking about their purpose and what they're trying to do, make DeFi better. That's a huge part of the project, which is always great to see. Let's dive into capital synergy. So this is one of the first kind of updates that they have here when they're talking about capital synergy and exactly how it works. So I'm just going to quickly go from the cliff notes here. Simply put, we have designed a system that acts as a growth engine and insurance policy all in one. Our trust fund is a high interest generating investment with the interest used to buy back and burn the token. Talked about this in the last video, massive deflationary utility here and mechanisms, generating constant and everlasting buy pressure. That is capital synergy in a nutshell, right? So it's when two things combined equal a greater output than individual things on their own, right? So that is really what is happening here with the capital synergy, is that the fund is going to help buying back tokens out of liquidity or from the supply and burning them. So it's a great mechanism to really help increase the price action of the actual token for the long term. As the fund is increasing and getting to a certain level, which we'll talk about here in the Phoenix mechanism, it's going to be buying tokens and burning them out of supply, which is going to increase the value of the token. So let's dive into some numbers here. So the fund, this is a little bit more explained, right? So they have a little bit more information here on the fund compared to the last one. Again, they highlight the two core aspects of it, right? Constant buy pressure and constant deflation. This is what I love about this program, is that they are not a program where you increase your value by, hyperinflationary mechanisms, right? Like rebase tokens. This increases the value by burning tokens out of supply while the market cap stays the same, which means your value per coin increases because of the buy pressure and liquidity pool. That will increase the price per token. You will continuously grow your amount that you're holding in total supply because the total supply is diminishing as tokens get burnt. So I absolutely love this. Now, the Phoenix, I wanted to spend a little bit of time here because they've actually labeled this, which is really cool. Before, it was just kind of like, the fund and how it works with the volume and how it actually is implemented as a mechanism for deflationary actions when it's buying tokens and burning them. So the Phoenix interest, and this is interest generated from the fund, right? So what they call like unlocking the Phoenix. And I really like how they do this because it's burning tokens. So the Phoenix, which is again, is the interest generated from the fund, right? So if the fund is worth, 1.5 million or 10 million, whatever it is, the monthly interest that's earned on the fund can be used, depending on the conditions, that interest can be taken and used to buy and burn tokens out of supply. So when does it actually come into play, right? When is the Phoenix actually used? So this is how it works. Again, to buy back and burn at the highest percentage, to feed the trust fund to accelerate growth, and to share with holders in the form of airdrops and rewards. So our Phoenix signal system will be used as an indicator for $1 million baby holders. So they actually have a signal system. Phoenix unlocked. So when the price is low, we unlock the Phoenix, where the trust fund is 20% or more of the market cap. Probability of buys are highs. Some or all interest accumulated during this period may be used, right? So let's say the market cap is, let's use easy numbers, right? Let's use $100 million is the market cap. When the trust fund is $20 million or more, what's going to happen is that during that period, the signal is going to go off saying, hey, Phoenix unlocked, right? It is a good time to buy. If people want to buy at that point in time, right? If you're kind of a swing trader and you want to buy when the Phoenix unlock state is in play, you can do that, right? That's one way you could potentially make money buying and selling at these different stages. But what ultimately is going to happen is when the Phoenix is over 20% of market cap, so say it has a value of $20 million or plus in this scenario, the interest gained, let's say 10% a month, which would be $2 million a month, is then going to be used to buy tokens and burn them, right? Which is essentially at 10%, $2 million, which is 2% of the market cap, is going to, the supply is going to get purchased and burnt. So again, it's a very cool mechanism. It's massively deflationary, which I absolutely love. And this is where you are really going to be rewarded if you buy into this project and just hold over time. Because regardless of volume, right? If people are buying or selling, it doesn't even matter. If no volume is happening at all, guess what's going to happen? The trust fund is going to continue to grow because that's what it does. It generates interest on a series of different investments. And once it gets to that tipping point where the fund is higher than, a certain percentage of the market cap, it will buy and burn, increasing the price of the token and reducing supply, right? So it doesn't even matter if there's no trade action here because it's still going to be growing on its own. Now, if there is a tremendous amount of trade action as well, typical projects, you'll have about 1 to 3% of the market cap will be done in daily volume. So for example, if you have a $100 million market cap, $1 to $3 million is a standard daily trade volume, right? Of buys and sells, right? Your total amount that was bought and sold during a day is usually 1 to 3%. And a portion of that, 8%, or depending on the buy and sell, it's 8 or 12%, is going to be added to the fund. So it's really, really cool here. I know I'm like nerding out to the max with all these numbers, but there's going to be a lot of more illustrations and infographics that'll break down these numbers to really simplify this and show you these rates and how it just really kind of mathematically makes insane amounts of sense. So with that being said, I'm not going to continue going down this rabbit hole of the Phoenix because I can talk numbers like all day. But this is absolutely fantastic. Then there's Phoenix Ready. Again, this is when it's 10 to 20% of market cap. Buys are less likely, but it's possible. The Phoenix is awake and ready to rise if needed. Be ready, a buy may happen. And then Phoenix Locked. This is a consolidation period. where the fund is under 10% of the market cap. So when this happens, basically the fund is just going to continue to reinvest its yield, its interest that it's gained on a monthly basis. It's just going to rotate that back into the fund to continue to compound and continue to grow until it gets to that growth stage where it's either ready or it's unlocked, and we'll start to buy and burn tokens out of supply. So that's the Phoenix mechanism. It's absolutely fantastic. There's also more details explained here in Tokenomics. So the big thing here is the fixed total supply of 1 billion tokens, right? So again, this is not a rebase project. The total supply is 1 billion from launch. And as we progress through time, as the Phoenix is unlocked and buys and burns token, the total supply will never be a billion ever again, right? It's going to start at a billion, and once the burning starts happening, the token supply is going to continue to decrease and decrease over time as the Phoenix is unlocked and buys and burns. So I absolutely love this. There's a little bit more of a breakdown as well in the Discord. If you guys want to, there's a link down below in the description of the video where you can join in there. Under the FAQs, there's graphics and things like that are getting done up that really break down a little bit more of the tokenomics and everything like that, where you can understand where the total supply was allocated on the initial launch, so you can kind of understand some of those numbers as well as how it goes into supply. And then of course they have here again, as the previous whitelist, the buy tax and the sell tax. 10% buy tax, 8% going to the fund, 2% going to market and ops, and sell tax 15%. Again, same thing as before, 12% going to the fund and 3% going to marketing ops. So you can see how the fund can really grow a large amount based on buys and sells during some pretty good volume. So that is also contribute to the fund, which then as that grows, the Phoenix will unlock and buy and burn. So it's awesome how it just kind of continues to snowball and build on itself. As more trade volume happens, the fund grows even larger, it buys and burns, creates more buy pressure. It's a fantastic system. I absolutely love it. The ecosystem as well, same thing that was covered here in the previous one. So they have phase 1, which is currently launching soon. Phase 2 is going to be a stable coin, and then phase 3, they have some other things. The fees are to be considered. Staking your $1 million baby for BNB in the liquidity pool as well to earn some passive rewards as well, which is very cool. Roadmap, there's a lot more details here in the roadmap as well, so it's detailed quite a bit more. So month 1, right, this is basically launch socials and begin marketing, the audit process and everything like that, launch Millionaires Club, announce the initial partnerships, etc. Launch the Gravity project to be announced. I'm really excited for a lot of these things. There's got a lot of cool things coming up here, like the Millionaires Club and VIP, as well as the Gravity project. Super interested to learn a lot more about what's going on there. Months 2 and 3, website version 2.0, the app, launch phase 2, implement QLAS.
Today, Junior!
Implementing quantum liquidity as a service. This is provided by Sphere. If you guys don't know what that is, there's a great AMA with the Sphere team, Sim, as well as the MDB team, kind of breaking down a little bit of this. Sim really goes into nice details of what quantum liquidity as a service is. Very, very interesting there as well. And then some more things, continue to high-level marketing campaigns, launch phase 3, which is the staking, announce new partnerships, and so on. So they've got a lot more stuff planned for the actual roadmap of the project, which I absolutely love to see. I always like to see a project that actually has some long-term goals and they have some timelines and things that they want to execute on laid out in a nice roadmap. So last but not least, there's a lot more details here now available on the launch. So there are 2 main phases for the launch. So the first is going to be the pre-sale phases, right? So pre-sale phase 1 is April 15th. These are for the Whitelist 1 members. It's going to be done through the app on their website. So you'll basically connect your MetaMask to the website. You'll be able to then purchase the tokens. Again, the initial price is going to be 0.25 cents per token on the initial price. There is going to be a hard cap for Whitelist 1 at $1 million, and max allocation per wallet is going to be $10,000, and you will be using BNB to purchase the $1 million baby tokens on this Whitelist presale. Presale phase 2, this is for Whitelist 2. There are still Whitelist 2 spots available, so if you guys are not yet whitelisted for this project, head on over to the Discord. There's tons of information on daily competitions, there's Twitter giveaways, all kinds of stuff like that. So make sure you jump in there, engage with the community, and you will find a lot more resources and how you can become whitelisted for this project if it's something you're interested in. Now for phase 2, the sale is going to be the 22nd of April. Again, same initial price, 0.25 cents per token, hard cap of $250,000 plus anything unsold from phase 1. So for example, if there's an extra, maybe if they only sold 900,000, there would be an extra 100,000. This would be 350,000 for the hard cap for phase 2 for Whitelist 2. Again, max allocation per wallet is going to be 2,000, and BNB is going to be used for the sale. And then finally, the public launch, April 29th. It's going to be launched on PancakeSwap, and the starting price is going to be 0.3 cents. Now, I wanted to really highlight this for you guys because I know there's been a lot of people in Discord just hungry to get that whitelist. The great thing about this project is that the whitelist sale price versus a launch sale price is not that massive. Like the difference is not that big, right? 0.25 cents versus 0.3 cents, right? It's not a massive difference from, purchasing pre-sale versus purchasing on the launch. So guys, don't feel like you missed out if you don't make any of the whitelists, if you don't make whitelist 2 or anything like that before the launch. Don't feel like it's game over, because it's really not. The project is, again, the tokenomics, and when you understand what's going to be happening with this project, day one, you are still super, super early. So for those of you who are interested, again, I'll put all the links for the $1 Million Baby in the description below this video. And if you enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate a like, throw a comment down there, and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be putting out a lot more content on a lot of these DeFi projects. And yes, we'll be getting to a lot of degenerate projects as well that I'll be aping into. I'll be recording and tracking it purely for your entertainment on this channel. So again, Ross with the Degen project. Appreciate your time, and we'll see you in the next video.